Hey there, Danish language enthusiast. Welcome back to our Danish grammar course. I'm Liam, your language journey companion, and today we're diving into the melodic world of Danish pronunciation. I don't know if you think it's melodic, some people hate it, and hopefully have a ton of fun along the way. So, let's jump right in. Alright, let's kick things off. Danish pronunciation, it's like a secret code to unlock the full beauty of the language. Picture this, you're at a Danish cafe, confidently ordering rødgrød med fløde. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Here are some common pronunciation difficulties. Vowel sounds. Can you hear the difference between oo, 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 oo? I'm sure you can. The trick is, how do you place your mouth? Oo is a very rounded mouth shape, whereas oo is more pursed, as if you're gonna maybe suck through a straw or something. Tricky, right? But fear not, we're gonna unravel these challenges together. Let's make Danish sound like music, but you have to be very careful because there's a big difference between the two words luder and lyder. One of them means a whore, and one of them means sounds, to sound like. For example, luder, lyder. Be very, very careful. Oo versus oo. How about these two words? Can you hear the difference between bønner, 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 bønner? If you did, you would notice that the second one has this sort of hiccup sound. This is the famous, infamous glottal stop. Basically, these words sound the same. The first one you might think is a little bit of a softer sound. The second one has this sort of choppy sound between the two syllables. Bønner, bønner. Moving on to the Danish R. This is the fly in your throat when you speak Danish. Never say the R from the front of your mouth like you would in English, like r, 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 r. It's always from your throat, like r, 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 r. Here are some examples. Rødgrød, rødgrød, brød, brød, ris, ris, gris, gris. Aldrig, aldrig, allerede, allerede. The last one is particularly tricky. You can break it into two syllables. Allerede, allerede. Practice saying the R from your throat. It's very important, especially at the start of words or when the R is coming just after another consonant, as within, for example, gris. Now it's time to grab the mic and rap a little bit. Well, you might hate me for this, but I always recommend rap music. Why? The reason is, rappers, if you find the right songs, speak the way that you would speak down in the supermarket. Of course, there's a bit of exaggeration, a bit of swagger, a bit of attitude added to the mix, but basically it is great for improving pronunciation. Now, I'm going to rap this little sort of crappy rap, let's say it like it is, and after I'm going to take away some of the letters to show you how natural Danish sounds as opposed to how it might be written. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Hvad skal man gøre, når man ikke kan lide smør? Du giver et stykke brød, men jeg vil hellere spise grød. Yeah, one more time. Hvad skal man gøre, når man ikke kan lide smør? Du giver et stykke brød, men jeg vil hellere spise grød. Aha. Check out this version of the text. Hvad skal man gøre? The H on all the question words is silent. You pronounce the V, and the D of vel is a softie, but often gets cut off and becomes va. Likewise with skal, the L might be missing. Sounds a bit more like ska. Vaska. Vaska man gøre. Technically, gør has an E on the end, but you don't pronounce it, don't really hear it, so hvad skal man gøre? Når man ikke kan lide smør. Okay. The word ikke often is cut down to ik, ik. Just as with skal, can is often missing the N sound, or maybe it's there, but it's very, very soft. Can, can. And the word li, li is spelled L-I-D-E, but the D and the E, forget about it and just say li. Når man ikke kan lide smør. Du giver et stykke brød. Here there is a verb, and this happens with many verbs, I guess. Giver, it is spelled to give, Giver. The V's are often pronounced like W's, giver, but really, in quickly, naturally spoken Danish, it would sound like giver, giver. So all those middle words are gone, and even the R is not really there. The E and the R ending together sounds like giver, giver. Styk is a good example of a noun that is cut down. It should be stykke. Stykke, et stykke brød. Naturally, quickly, it might sound more like styk. Et stykke brød. Du giver et stykke brød. The word jeg, super important. And the word vil, super important. Skal, can, and vil. You might remember that from an earlier class. So, jeg gets pronounced ja. Lose the G. Lose the E, I mean, there's nothing there really. It sounds like ja. Vil, lose the L, sounds like vi. Jeg vil. Men jeg vil hellere spise grød. Spise, many verbs end in E in the infinitive. Spise, løbe, snakke. But the E sound might be a little bit swallowed and sound more like spise. Spise. Men jeg vil hellere spise grød. Here we go one more time. Hvad skal man gøre? Ja, når man ikke kan lide smør. Du giver et stykke brød. Men jeg vil hellere spise grød. Your turn. Send me your raps. I want to hear you rapping this. Time to flex those vocal muscles. Get ready for a vowel drill. Here we have the 3 notorious Danish letters. A, U, O. A, U, O. And here are some example words. There are many, many more, but here are just a few to get you started. Æble, ældre, forældre. Æble, ældre, forældre. So a lot about getting into the rhythm is learning about the syllables of a word. The last word here, you have sort of the intonation or the tryk, as it's called in Danish, on the word ældre. So you say forældre, not forældre, but forældre. Listen out for those intonations when you are learning longer compound words. Next, høj, øje, tilføje. Høj, øje, tilføje. Notice the U is from your throat. Høj, øje, tilføje. If you put your hand on your throat, you should be able to feel the vibration as you say these words. And lastly, for, går, for, går, for. The last one is particularly tricky because there are 2 syllables, but the sounds kind of get a bit smudgy. If I say it slowly, it sounds like for, or, for. Let's keep these drills going with some consonants. Here are some classic combinations. Træ, trold, trylle. Træ, trold, trylle. These words are great practice for the Danish R from the throat. Træ, træ. Next up, skov, sky, skulle. Skov, sky, skulle. Sk this time. Just as the English skirt, for example. And lastly, show. Sjusk. Shippe. Show. Sjusk. Shippe. Notice the S and the J will often sound like a sh, S and a H in English. Sh. Show. Listening comprehension practice. Listening is key, right? We're going to immerse ourselves in authentic dialogue. Imagine understanding every word in Hvad laver du? Or Jeg elsker dansk mad. It's like deciphering a secret language. Not really, but kind of. I'm going to read a dialogue to you. Listen along, see how much you can understand. Hvad laver du? Ikke så meget. Tjekkede du videoen ud? Ja, den var mega sjov. Kattevideoer er bare de bedste. Især når kattene danser tango. Ikke? Du er skør. Jeg ved det. What did you notice? Hvad laver du? The w of the V. Hvad laver du? Ikke så meget. Ikke becoming ikke. Ikke så meget. Meget, a very interesting word to pronounce. You can also say meget. Ikke så meget. Tjekkede du videoen ud? Did you check out the video? Check. Just like English, CH. Check. Did you check out the video? Ja, den var mega sjov. The S and the J, sjov. Yeah, it was really funny. Kattevideoer er bare de bedste. Be careful with words that look very much like English because it's tempting. Your English-speaking brain will try to trick you and say videos or videoer. But you have here expression on the start of the word videoer. Især når kattene danser tango. Especially when cats are dancing tango. Danser. I mentioned earlier the ER endings. All the verbs in present tense that end in ER, they have this sound. Danser. Ik. When you want to ask somebody, right? Like, yeah, right. You can just say, ik. Or ikke. You could also say, du er skør. Not much here, apart from that often pronouns that are combined with the verb get smudged into one sound of du er. Not du er skør, but du er skør. Jeg ved det. Jeg becoming jeg ved vi. Jeg ved det. Now, let's have some fun with vowels. Picture this. You confidently saying hun and hun. See if you can read these words. Have a guess at the differences in how they sound. Pause the video, then come back and listen to see if you got it right. These words should sound a little bit something like this. Vin, vin. Gul, gul. Hvile, ville. Finde, finde. Stol, stål. The last one was particularly difficult, but let's break it down. Vin versus vin. You notice on vin, you have this sort of sharper, choppy sound, which is this glottal stop. Again, if you look in the dictionary, you can see a kind of question mark symbol. Gul, gul, the same thing. By adding the extra consonant, it gives you a shorter, tighter sound. Likewise with hvile and ville. Two consonants gives you a short sound. One consonant after a vowel gives you a long sound. Hvile, ville. Then we have a little bit more with the glottal stop. The difference between finde and finne. The second one has this sort of hiccup in the throat. Remember at the start, bønner, bønner, finde, finne. And the last one, ultimate tricky, is stol versus stål. Basically, the O in Danish isn't much like the English O. It's much more tight. To, o. Think of the number 2. You say to, not to. Whereas O is, the angel A as I call it, is a much more open sound. Consonant challenge. See if you can pronounce these words. Come back and see how you did. We have prinsesse, skrivning, skjule, tjel, knap. Prinsesse, the R from your throat, pre, and the double S, prinsesse. Skrivning, again the R from your throat, you have the S and the K, sk, just like in English, skirt, but then the R from the throat, not skrivning, but skrivning. Skjule is kind of the sh sound we talked about in show, sh, but by adding the K, the sh is not so strong. It's not skjule, but skjule. Tjel is the T and the J combination that gives you the CH in English, tjel, which is a slang word for weed. Don't ask me how I know that. And lastly, knap. In English, you have silent Ks before other consonants, like in knife. In Danish, you actually pronounce the K. Knap. You can think of it as two sounds, knap, but put it into one, knap. Now that you've mastered these tricky combinations, let's dive into real-life conversations. Can you write down the following common phrases? Imagine not just hearing the words, but feeling the Danish rhythm. Test your Danish learning ears. Listen, pause, write, check. Hvordan har du det? Hvordan har du det? Jeg vil gerne have en kaffe. Jeg vil gerne have en kaffe. Hun skriver en spændende bog. Hun skriver en spændende bog. Jeg kan virkelig godt lide din kjole. Jeg kan virkelig godt lide din kjole. How'd it go? Let's check out the sentences. I read these sentences at a very natural speed. 1, to challenge your ears, and 2, to get you used to naturally spoken Danish, because not everybody is going to slow down for you. But now I'm going to slow them down a little bit so you can hear it better. Hvordan har du det? Hvordan har du det? How are you? Jeg vil gerne have en kaffe. Jeg vil gerne have en kaffe. Hun skriver en spændende bog. Hun skriver en spændende bog. Jeg kan virkelig godt lide din kjole. Jeg kan virkelig godt lide din kjole. And here's a golden nugget. Language exchange. Picture connecting with people globally, practicing phrases like hey, hvordan går det? Or vil du mødes og øve dansk? It's like a passport to the world of language, and that's what I'm all about at DanishTube, connecting people. You can join my WhatsApp group for Danish tubers and connect with other learners. You can unlock more Danish on Patreon or get exclusive content as a DanishTube channel member. Join me on the live streams. Join me during the webinars. We can chat together. You can ask me questions. We can build this community around Danish so you don't have to do it alone. As we wrap up, remember, pronunciation is a journey, not a destination, right? A good trick is record yourself, practice recording your voice, listen back, see where you can improve. Remember the rap music. Celebrate every improvement. Embrace the beauty of expressing yourself in Danish, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. You're becoming a Danish pronunciation maestro. That's a wrap for today's pronunciation adventure. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and until next time, I'm Liam signing off. Vi ses. Hej hej. Danish.